Hello, this is Mike Sexton with Local Marketing Kings, and I want to personally thank you for opening this email. I know you get a bunch of stuff in your inbox, and trust me, you're really gonna be glad that you did. First of all, I want to kind of introduce myself and tell you who I am and why this pest control marketing system is probably it's going to change the way your business is, and it's going to allow you to dominate your market. And I'm going to tell you why it is and what experiences I've had to create this marketing system. That way you understand where I'm coming from. And understand that I know you, I know pest control customers, I know what they want. And so I'm going to make this happen for you. We are a results-based company. That means we make your phone ring or you don't pay us. And that's the way it should be. So a little bit about myself. So I've been in the industry for like over 25 years. I started back in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, to be specific. And I started out with a big company called Sears Termite and Pest Control. You might have heard of Sears. They used to have their own pest control company, and so I did that. I love pest control. I love helping people and solving their pest control issues and taking care of their problems and providing a solution for them. And so I excelled in it. I did the best. I was the best I could be. I've always done pest control over the last 25, 30 years. I was in the military as well, so I did it. Always did pest control throughout the military when I could, and then when I was in college, I was always doing it on site. I just thought it was the greatest thing ever. So I came to a point in my life where I was like, you know what? I'm really good at pest control. I was a manager. I had technicians. I ran branches. I could do this for myself. I saw the money that was being made in pest control, and I wanted it. And so I did. I made that leap of faith. Now, when I first started doing pest control as my own business, the internet wasn't around. So the only way you could advertise was on yellow pages or mailers and stuff like that. Very, very expensive. If you didn't have a lot of money, your ad was like this. You had them big companies, their ads were like this. So you're like, man, I just want a little piece of the pie. I don't need everything. And so I started getting calls and, got some customers, and I was able to maintain. Wasn't making a lot of money. I wasn't getting rich. I was just maintaining, basically. Then I started getting a little busier, because I took care of my customers and they're giving us referrals. And then I got to the point where the internet came, and it was like a game changer. Like I was like, wow, this internet thing is going to be awesome, because it kind of leveled the playing field between us, the small company, and the huge companies. So we were able to be on there and have the presence of a big company. Because before that, you just had an ad in the newspaper, and nobody knew who you were. They knew you were a small company because the size of your ad, and you didn't have no TV commercials or anything. But now I could have a website, and I look just as big as them. So it was awesome. The thing is, I didn't know anything about internet, marketing on the internet. I just knew it was a great way to get customers. So I decided to, learn a little bit about advertising. I think I was approached by a company that taught me, hey, you could advertise on the internet. You just got to pay, and then we'll put you on top of the, search engine, and they'll call you. I was like, okay, sounds good to me. So I ended up spending a lot of money to advertise on Google pay-per-clicks, which I spend thousands of dollars a month doing that, and I was getting calls, a lot of calls actually, but I was spending a lot of money. And then I started learning more about it when I had time, and then I started doing a lot of my stuff myself, like organizing the clicks and doing the campaigns and the keywords. So I started getting really good at that. And then the problem was, it started catching on. So a lot of other pest control companies started using that. So it was, it started getting more expensive, and it was very competitive. And then I started getting busy. I was still getting busier and busier, and so I had to spend more time in the field. And a lot of you might relate to me on that, because I had to take care of my customers. I just didn't have time to come back and do keyword research and set up these campaigns and make sure they weren't, because when you're doing clicks, you could, spend a lot of money really, really quick if you don't know what you're doing. So it was a science, and then it was always ever evolving. Google was always changing the way they did things. So it was just very, very hard for me to do that because I was maintaining the technicians and my equipment, make sure they're all getting trained and taking. It was just crazy. So I ended up I needed to hire somebody to do my marketing for me. So I hired a couple of companies. One company that was doing stuff, and I felt like I wasn't getting any calls hardly whatsoever. But they were telling me, "Oh, just wait. It takes time, Mike. It takes time." 4 months later, I was barely getting. I was breaking even really on what I was paying them. I said, "It's got to get better than this." So I looked at some more people, and I found this one guy. Said, "Oh, I'm going to optimize all your sites. I'm going to get you listed. You're going to get calls like crazy." And I did get more calls for a little bit, but I wasn't getting what I really wanted. I just wasn't getting that constant flow of customers that I needed to grow my, my pest control routes and everything like that. So I decided to invest in myself and start learning a little bit about it. And that way, at least I knew a little bit about what they were doing, and I knew that they couldn't rip me off, right? So this is like 5 months into it. I started getting to where I could understand a little bit about what they're doing. And I called this guy out on the 6th month. I was like, "Show me what you've done in the last 6 months. I want to know what you've done for what I've been paying you." And he basically BS'd me. He showed me stuff that I could have done myself. And long story short, I was out of pocket about $10,000 on that deal. I said, "Man, enough's enough. I got to learn this stuff because I got to be able to protect myself as a pest control operator." Because, what do people think about us pest control guys? Oh, they don't know anything technical. This is back then, probably different now, but they don't know anything. They're just bug guys, right? Well, I proved them wrong because I learned. I spent thousands of dollars learning how to do these, do a lot of the marketing, online marketing from people that were very successful. And I got better and better, and I enjoyed it. I was like, man, I really enjoy this stuff. I started doing everything for my company, and I started getting more business, so I was able to replace myself. So I got a manager going, so I was able to spend more time learning this skill, because it is a skill. And I come out and I created a system out of all the tools that I learned, everything I bought, tons and thousands of dollars of tools, courses, and I created a pest control marketing system that works every single time. When I implemented my system to my own company, because I tested this on my own company, because I wasn't trying to sell this to anybody, or I wasn't trying to, help anybody else. I was doing this for myself. It turned my business like 360 degrees. Like, it was just crazy. I couldn't believe what I've done. And I'm not tooting my horn. It's just stuff that I've learned from other people that were experts in the field. So I kind of honed it, and I got it to a science where it works every single time. So now if you go to, and if you look up bee removal, or because I love bees, in any type of niche like that or keywords, I dominate the market. Katy, Texas, it's either 911 honeybee removal or the pest guru. They call me the pest guru. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help other people that are pest control business owners with this system that works every single time. We actually get you in the Google 3-pack, which is the maps listings. And then we also get you your reviews and stuff built where people are going to basically call you first. You're going to dominate the market. I'm going to let you know, basically when people are looking for our services, pest control services, they have an emergency emotional need. So they're going to contact the first person they think. Now, in 2019, there are not a lot of them going to clicks anymore because they have ad blindness. It's called ad blindness because they've seen those ads over and over again, so they're just kind of ignoring those. People are buying stuff based on other people's experience. So, like, let's say let's just for example, you had a possum in your attic, whatever. This lady or man, they want to get that possum out of their attic, trust me. And the first thing they're going to do is Google, hey, I got a possum in my attic, pest control near me or wildlife near me. And they're going to look at the first person they see, which is normally the maps listing. I'm giving away all these little free nuggets for you guys. And then they're going to look, there's only 3 positions in that map listing, and you got to be one of those. That's the golden pot right there. for that keyword. That means that's money, 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 because they're going to call you. Now, another thing, a factor is the reviews. They're going to base their decision on reviews. They're not just going to call anybody. They're going to call somebody that had a lot of people that's had great experiences with them. This is not like back in the days where, bad companies could hide and nobody could tell anybody about them. Now they tell everybody. Google rewards people for giving reviews. So those people cannot hide anymore, which is good. It gets rid of all that riffraff. It's only the good companies that are taking care of their customers, pest control customers can, remain in the top 3. Now, there's a lot of factors that get you into that top 3 pack, call it snack pack. But back to reviews, if you're there in the snack pack and you got 2 reviews and you got a 5.0, it doesn't mean nothing. I could be right next to you with a 4.7 and have 52 reviews. Guess who they're going to choose first? They're going to choose me because I've had more experiences with more customers. We get you right there. That's just one part of our system. That's just a little tiny part of our system to get you calls right off the bat. And that's very important because we know what your customers are looking for. We know what pest control customers want. We know how you run your business because I've had tons and tons of experience. We know how to get you to dominate your market. We're a results-based company. That means if I don't get your phone ringing, you don't pay me a dime. I don't need to lock you into a contract. And I've had that experience too. Lock you into a contract, tell you it's going to take you forever, and then when you don't get the results and you want to cancel, they say, no, you can't cancel. Guess what? You're going to have to pay me for the rest of the contract. We don't do that. We want you to stay with us because you're not going to get rid of us after you start getting calls. You're going to be like, man, I'm not getting rid of these guys. These guys, man, they got my phone ringing off the hook. So, with that said, we are basically, the next step is to register for a free business strategy session. And what it is like a 30 or 40 minute, I spend some time with you and we talk about what you want, where you're going, and I provide you a solution and how we can help you. It's totally free. So, the time slots are limited, so you got to act quick because I only choose a couple companies per city depending on how big the city is. I'm not like some of those companies are going to give you 7 leads that are spread out amongst 7 companies, or 20 companies. I've been there, done that. I got leads and they were like giving me the lead, and then there was like 5 other people got the same lead. So you're like rushing to get to call that lead back. I don't know how many times I had to text on my phone, almost wrecked because I was trying to get to that lead before anybody else had called it, and then found out it was too late. They already called somebody else. They already talked to somebody else, and I just spent, $10 on that lead for nothing. You got to be quick on those things, and you can spend quite a bit of money. For the amount of investment you pay us, whatever you're doing right now, I guarantee you we're going to save you money and you're going to get better results. Because if I don't get you good results, guess what? You're not going to stay with me. And that's my goal, is to make you dominate your market. So click and book a strategy session before it's all, basically they're all taken up, because I only work with a couple companies per city, depending on how big the company is. And then also right now, for a limited time, for those who do book a session, we're giving away a free video for your company that's going to be optimized for a couple keywords with your phone number on there for free. You could upload it to your YouTube, whatever, and then I'll optimize it for you, and you'll get calls for free just for attending. Who does that? It's a $500 value, probably $1,000 value when people start calling you right off the bat. You say, well, Mike, you need something for free. That's right. I'm going to give it to you for free. So do yourself a favor and myself a favor and click that link below. Register for a session. Let's talk. Let's get your phone ringing off the hook. You're probably going to have to hire some more technicians. And I look forward to helping you do that. And I really appreciate your time, because I know your time is very valuable and you're out there trying to run your business. And just for you to even look at this video, it tells me that you're one of those people that want to dominate, want to do the best that you can be the best you can be in your pest control industry. And I know you can do it, and we can work together. And let me do all the heavy lifting for the marketing. I know how to do this stuff, and I'll let you. You basically do what you do best, and that's run your company, build those routes, get that residual income coming in. Trust me, I know this industry like the back of my hand. Well, once again, this is Mike Sexton, the Pest Guru, and I look forward to talking to each and every one of you guys. And I appreciate your time. Thank you. God bless you.